Welcome to the Lead Every Day show. Our mission is to see a world well led. And our strategy to get there? To empower leaders like you to lead every day. So let's get to work.
Welcome to the Lead Every Day show. I'm Randy Gravitt.
And I'm Mark Miller.
And we've been answering your questions these last few episodes about building high performance teams. And we got a good question today, Mark. It's how do we teach skills to the people on our team? It's just a pretty simple question, but I think there is a little bit of complexity here to this answer, because I don't think it's a single answer. I think there's two sides to skills. We talked about this a few weeks ago, the idea that there are team skills, yes, but there are also some individual skills. And I want us to go down those two roads today. So welcome to the show today, man. I'm excited to hang out here a little bit and talk about how to teach team skills. If we're in charge of a team, how do we teach those skills? You gotta kick off here for us.
First is, I think you've got to identify the skills. I mean, I don't know of any universally accepted list. I mean, you and I can make a list, and somebody else might make a slightly different list. But you think about some of those individual skills, like listening, like communicating, like delegation, like facilitation. Those are things people need as individuals, not to mention the subject matter expertise that they bring to the table.
For whatever
if you're around that table and you're representing marketing, you need some individual skills in marketing.
And you need to be leveling those up.
And somebody else has individual skills in operations or logistics or human resources. So you got to start with that list. And the reason I think it matters before we even get to the team skills is you will approach some of those differently. If everybody on the team you decide could really benefit for some listening training, you might do that in a team setting. But if the person is responsible for marketing, you might not want to do their marketing training, education, and development in a team setting. You may take that offline. So that'd be a reason to say, which of these do we share with everyone? Communication or facilitation. You might make a case you could do that for everybody. But if you've got a room full of trained facilitators and a new person doesn't have that skill, you're not going to subject the whole team to that again. You'll take that back offline.
Yeah, that's good.
So make a list. And then on the team side, I think you can think about things like goal setting, problem solving, conflict resolution. I mean, you can make your list of things and then decide which ones are we going to address individually and which ones are we going to, in fact, address collectively. So it starts with identifying the skills that you're trying to teach.
Yeah. So you've led a lot of stuff. I've led a lot of stuff through the years. As you think about, go back to some of I'm going to build on their question here. Go back to some of the stuff we talked about. 75% of our meetings on performance management and 25% on these other things, the community building, some of the stuff we talked about. How much time would you say you put, and where would this fit in your grid when you think about teaching skills to let's just use our team as an example. We need to spend some time on conflict resolution. How much time do we put on that?
Well, I think it probably depends on.
It depends.
I think it depends on the magnitude of the gap and the magnitude of the opportunity. So I can think of a situation where a leader was asking his team to manage the P&L, and he was pulling his hair out because month after month after month, they were still having P&L issues. And he confided in me, and he said, I've encouraged, I've challenged. He said, I've threatened. He said, I've offered ultimatums. He said, I even offered incentives, and the P&L is a mess. And I said, specifically, what are you talking about? And he said, cost controls. And I said, be more specific. And he said, labor management. My labor is out of control. And I asked a simple question. I said, does the team know how to manage labor cost? And it got real quiet on the phone. He said, obviously not. So That was a big deal.
Yeah.
And he went from worst to having the best food cost after he taught his team how to do it.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
That's so
here's
good.
the deal. He ended up spending quite a bit of time, but it was an urgent issue. It was a persistent issue. It was costing him money.
Mm-hmm.
And he spent a disproportionate amount of time. Now, if you want to help a team improve listening skills, and I don't want to juxtapose that profits are more important than listening, but you could have a tip of the day.
Or whatever.
You could do each week or each month you meet, you could spend just a few minutes on, hey, let's share some best practices on listening, versus if you're going to teach a workshop and teach men and women how to manage labor costs, that may take hours.
Yeah.
And so I think how much time depends on the magnitude of the problem and the magnitude of the gap. And you've got to discern that.
Yeah, I think there may be teams out there listening who go, we got a lot of conflict on our team, and the reason we have conflict is we never taught people
talked about how do you resolve
how to
conflict.
resolve it. I mean, it could literally be that simple.
Or problem solving. The team can't.
Solving.
They're not solving problems. Well, have you taught them how? Yeah. And I say you. Here's something I want to say before we run out of time here today. I'm not assuming the leader as the fount of all knowledge, wisdom, and information. Now, he or she, you may know all these answers, but I don't think you are personally accountable to do the training, education, and development. You've got a lot of levers you can pull. There are some things where you may want to teach the team whatever it is they need. You may bring in subject matter experts. I know leaders who have built strategic partnerships and relationships with a local community college, and they bring in people to teach on various topics. You may want to give people on your team that sit around that table on a regular basis an assignment and say, next month, I want you to do a 20-minute segment on delegation or whatever. And if they don't know how to do it, they're going to go learn how, right? And so you can bring in your own people. You can bring in outside people. You can use outside resources. You can do book studies. You can listen to podcasts. I mean, Randy mentioned a couple episodes back, we've got Lead Everyday Academy, which is online courses that your team can go through to learn some of the things we're talking about. Got a bunch of teams that are doing that.
Yep.
So when I say you need to identify the skills, you may want to be intimately involved in that, but don't feel the burden and responsibility that you are the team's only teacher, because you don't have the capacity to do that, and you're probably not the best person in every case to be the teacher.
Yeah, that's good. You're responsible for it, but you don't have to do the work. You don't have to physically do it. You've got a way to do that. And so if you're looking for that Lead Everyday Academy, go to leadeveryday.com. We'd love for you to get signed up for that. We've got a team pack there for you. Organizational, I mean, you can get the premium deal. I mean, it's all there laid out for you, but we'd love to have a bunch of teams that are saying we're making progress on this stuff. If you're looking for Lead Everyday Academy, go to leadeveryday.com. Mark, you got a brand new course that we just added to it, Uncommon Greatness from your book.
Right, to support the new book.
Yeah, exactly. Got a little preview of that.
I think I did 27 3-minute videos-ish, 20 plus short little videos. Each one has some thought-provoking questions to help you process what you've just done.
Teaches the 5 fundamentals of leadership.
Teach the 5 fundamentals.
It's for your team.
You can track your progress and all kind of fun stuff.
So great. So leadeverydayacademy.com or leadeveryday.com to get the Lead Everyday access to Lead Everyday Academy. We've got a team pack there, got a premium pack for your organization, all kind of stuff. Love to help you with that. If you're looking for stuff, if you're looking for something free, you're saying want to grow the skill of having better meetings, just go back and listen to the episodes from last week. I'm guessing there's some stuff you can do there as a team to say, let's make our meetings great. You want to be elite, you get to choose it. Go for it. We believe you can, and we're going to do everything we can to help you. Again, I said it a couple of days ago, we dream about a world well led. I'm not sure it's getting better without leaders. Let's do our part to make sure that we're creating the impact that we have the potential to create, which will be awesome. All right, remember, the best leaders lead every day.